Hi everyone. So up until this point, we have been reflecting and writing about and discussing our opinions on other people's research on banned books. But now I want to flip the cards a little bit. I want you guys to do the research. I want you guys to do the digging and see what you can find about the occurrences of banned books on American soil. So up until this point, we've been focusing on worldwide occurrences, such as the Nazis or the People's Republic of China. But I want to focus on America now because it happens in America. And maybe it's not, the federal government that's saying you cannot read this book is not allowed in our country, but it can be libraries, schools, municipalities, churches that ban specific books. And so that's what I want you to look into. So you're going to be writing a small research paper of 2 pages about banned books and about a specific occurrence of one banned book. Something interesting for you that may actually help you write your final paper for this class is if you actually concentrate on a case of book banning of the book that you are reading currently with your discussion group. All of the books that that you all have chosen for discussion groups really have been banned in America. And so maybe if you looked up a specific occurrence of this banning of your book that you're reading right now, that would help you formulate your final paper. So just think about that. So let's talk about research a little bit. I want you to conduct scholarly research. I want you to have 2 sources for your paper, okay? But I don't want them to be from Wikipedia. You cannot cite Wikipedia. However, this is how you can use Wikipedia. If you don't know a lot about why your book was banned, you can actually read about it, just get a better idea of where you can look, but also at the bottom of Wikipedia, on every Wikipedia page, there is a references list. So you can click around those references and use those for your research. So do not use Wikipedia as a source. Do not quote Wikipedia or anything like that, but you can use it as a jumping off point. Just make sure you use the information you use that you read from the references, and that's all. So you can see that here in this graphic. Okay. Other sources that you should not use, I see a lot of Shmoop being used, and I see a lot of Snopes being used. Please do not use those websites. So then what is scholarly material that you can use? Okay, you can use journals. You can look online. If you use Google Scholar, you will find links to scholarly journals and scholarly articles that you can use. You can also go to our school's library. They have reference librarians both online and in person that you can go to, and they can help you find scholarly sources. So what is a scholarly source? Trade publications would be good for this. We also have journals, government proceedings, theses and dissertations, conference proceedings, things like that are all fine, and a lot of them you can find on the internet. I do want you to stay with primary sources and secondary sources. Primary sources are things that are like letters and photos for people, like different thoughts from people that were actually at the occurrence and what their thoughts are on what occurred. Another source is secondary sources. Secondary sources would be writings that did not come from somebody who was actually there, but possibly one of those scholarly articles that I was talking about. Sometimes newspaper articles, things like that can be secondary sources. Now, tertiary examples, I want you to stay away from. Those are your encyclopedias, those are bibliographies, those are almanacs, travel guides, field guides, timelines, things like that. I want you to stay away from those. So I want you to stick with primary and secondary. We will talk deeper about that as we go through the lesson. I will show slides showing what each one is. Also, what you can do is look up websites that have .org, .edu, .gov. Those are generally good sources, as well as bannedbooks.org. That's going to be a good jumping off point for you guys. Bannedbooks.org and the ALA, American Library Association. You can use their website for a lot of good sources. Also, I printed out for each of you, and I will actually post the PDF in our online classroom, and I'll hand it out now, is a MLA citation worksheet. We are going to be writing this in MLA style, which we've been doing all semester. We will review how to cite something using MLA in a moment, but as you do your research, if you just write down all of your information for each source, you will be able to build a works cited list much easier than if you just take information and forget where you got it from. So I want you to really, when you research, fill out the sheet and make sure that you are following the MLA citation style. So, okay, which now brings us to the topic of citing our work and making sure that we don't plagiarize. Stay tuned for that. Thanks.